Who's going for coffee? You going for coffee? So no one's going for coffee. Who's going for coffee?
All right, everybody, welcome back to Who's Going for Coffee, the season 1 finale.
This is it.
Of season 1, Who's Going for Coffee. And before we get into that, we'll talk a little bit about what that all means and what's coming down the pike. I want to welcome my guest and co-host, Mr. Phil Ducatelli.
Well, then much co-hosting, I should say, right?
That's going to be part of season 2, but
yeah,
it's all good. But listen, before we get started, I just want to congratulate you on getting elected to be vice president, business agent of this phenomenal local. I know it's something that, was a goal of yours for a long time.
Many years,
and to achieve that and to be elected by this membership's got to be a great feeling.
It's much appreciated. It's so humbling. Yeah. It's a great feeling, right, to reach the goals that we set ourselves for, right?
Yeah.
And I'm most appreciative. I really am. Like I said, it's humble.
Yeah, now it's game on.
It is game on, huh? And it's game on, right? The phone don't stop.
But not only you, but everybody that ran. A lot of the guys that have been in the game for a while. Some newcomers.
Yeah, we got some newcomers.
Some real nice, fresh blood up there. Some real good guys that you look at them sometimes. They got that deer caught in the headlights type of thing, but they're all full of energy and want to do the right thing. And listen, guys that have been reelected, like Dennis and Mike and Lee and all those guys. It's just. It's a great vibe. I really think there's a great vibe in the building right now.
I think there's a lot of energy, like you said, where there's that new blood, right, ready to roll and get out there and do what we got to do for our members. That's what's most important.
That's what it's all about. And just and this part of the conversation, I really do want to congratulate or thank or whatever the word is, to the brothers and sisters that ran.
Yeah.
Also,
it
takes a lot to run. They want to come out and do the right thing too. And
absolutely.
Listen, competition is always good. Competition keeps you on your toes, right? So, hats off to them for running. And I know we're in good shape. I feel like, I'm a couple of years away from retirement. I feel like I'm going to be okay.
You're going to be fine.
We're going to be sticking around for a while.
We're going to be around for a lot more than a while. I promise that.
It's all good, man. We already see some great things going on, and it's good stuff. So getting back to Who's Going for Coffee, the season 1 finale, which is right now. Listen, we talked about this for a long time. I go back and I watch, our first episode when we broke ground with this thing, and something we've talked about for a long time. Sure. We had a lot of great ideas. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Yeah. And really, when it came down to it, we just wanted to get something going, right? We had to start, at some point, just had to start and stop thinking about it and just do it, And we banged out 24 episodes, and there were some highs, there were some lows, but I think, we learned a lot of things. We're learning a lot of things about editing. We're learning a lot of things that we have to do to this room. We got some work to do in the studio with sound. We want to get a lot of merch and memorabilia on the wall.
We've heard our members, right, and people that have been listening, and we've heard their comments, right? And now moving forward, because we heard them, right, that's the whole part of fixing this and making this better. A vision is one thing, right, and sometimes the vision doesn't always come to fruition, but we can make it come to fruition, right? Just a little bit more work, a little bit of adjusting, like you said, just on audio alone, right? We'll get it. It'll all come into play.
Yeah, we figured things out. I've listened to a lot of these. I'm like, oh my God, what's that? And along the way, and then you'll see right now we got a different camera angle, and that was a suggestion from a member reaching out, right? Yeah. So we're getting there.
Yep.
Right. I think when I look at the first 24 episodes, I give it a success. Right. We got out there. We had some really good talks with some of our members.
Absolutely.
We really did. I remember back early on with William Cosmo, membership got to learn his story and, all the way to, Pete Stanford telling his story, that phenomenal guy, James Gangone, right, promoting
Rock Out for Cures.
Rock Out for Cures and everybody in between. I enjoyed all the episodes, and listen, some came off a little better than others, but what we did for those first 24 episodes is just a taste. Right. We've heard all the suggestions. A lot of them, we've thrown back and forth as well.
Yeah.
And, what we're going to do here is we're just going to take a little hiatus.
Yeah. Take a little break. Let's
break.
revamp, right? Let's get back to writing stuff down and putting it on paper, and like we did initially, and with the plan that what we wanted to have and the vision that we had, and let's kick this thing back up again. We'll take a little, like you said, a little break.
Yeah.
And get everything up and running the right way. Again, what the members want, right? What everybody who's going to be listening to this wants,
Yeah. And we're going to have season 2, which we're looking at being the first half of 2026. And then what's going to happen in the summertime when we shut down season 2 is we're going to say, hey, we got to fix this, that, and the other thing. So listen, this thing, I see it as being a work in progress all the time. There's always going to be changes. There's always going to be, our members give us all great ideas. I listen to all of them. A lot of phone calls, I've gotten and you've gotten.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great thing.
We need to be open-minded. We need to put the right foot forward, right? I think we, again, doing this is listening, right? Listening to the feedback is what's going to make us better, and kicking this off the way they want it. Right, and that's what it should be. Right. Again, we have our vision of what we want it to be, and I think that by us listening to the people that are involved in this and have listened to episodes and stuff like that, that feedback will translate to the next season and kick this off.
I'll tell you what, our vision, as we talked about it, isn't that far off of where we want to go.
Correct.
Right? It just didn't. Listen, we started this thing, and the whole plan is, you're going to be a major part of this, which you really weren't in season 1. But,
correct.
If you look at it, you just took on this new role, all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It was difficult for you to be down here. So I didn't want to say, let's wait and wait. I felt we were doing that at the end of last year, waiting and waiting. It was just like, frig it, man, we're just going to do it.
Yeah.
And it was fine, right? It was, we learned some things, and we had some, good moments, and we know where we want to get to, right? Some of the ideas that our members gave us, we had in our head, but also plenty of ideas that we didn't have in our head, right? And that we're gonna take it all in.
100%.
Take it all in. This is never gonna be, we're doing it our way, and never. This is for the members.
Absolutely not.
All our members being a part of this. If somebody wants to come on and has, an interesting story or spin on something, or, one of the things we're going to do without really getting too much into the weeds here is, letting the membership know what our topics are going to be in advance, right? And then reaching out to members that fit that topic rather than just trying to, grab somebody by the shirt collar.
Hey, you got an interesting story. Come here. Here, put this headset on. Sit in front of this microphone. You're good.
The last couple of weeks, that's kind of, the episode was kind of generated by who was willing to walk in the door.
Right.
And it's proved to be a little difficult sometimes to get guys.
Absolutely.
And then, guys get stuck on a job or an emergency comes up, whatever. But we have a lot of good ideas. I thank the membership for reaching out and
100%.
and being positive. There was a lot of positive comments. And really good comments too, tech-wise, camera angles, sound, different things that are going to help us out. But
100%.
Listen, I truly believe we're going to turn this thing into what our vision was, a great thing that supports this local.
In all due time.
In all the trades, right? But we're going to focus on this local.
Yeah. Like you said before, right? Like listening to everybody, right? And getting comfortable with things. It's the same thing as my job right now, right?
Yeah.
Taking this role, being a vice president business agent now and trying to do your best, put your best foot forward, like I said earlier, right? And being there for the membership, listening to your membership, taking those phone calls. Well, that's exactly what this is as well, right? It's taking those phone calls, listening to your membership, getting better at what you know, right? So, we don't know everything, but we're willing to learn.
Sure.
And we're willing to be better, right? And that's ultimately my ultimate dream is to be better. I think I said this in episode 1, right? Let's be better tomorrow, right? Let's start today to be better for tomorrow.
Even if it's a little
You
bit.
know, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
We all learn something new every single day. And for me, for you, or whoever's going to be sitting in these seats, you know, I think is going to generate that positivity, that next step for tomorrow to be better.
Yeah.
You know, it's who we are. It's who all the trades are. You know, we all want to be better than we were yesterday. And I think that with a little bit of will and a little bit of know, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
we're, you know, doing something that not too many people are out there doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people doing things in social media with the trades. You know, there's some stuff out there, and we're not saying that we're, you know, cracking the atom here, but it's just one of these things that, you know, we talk about. A lot of the board members upstairs and a lot of members here, like you just said, how to make this place better. We never want to stand on our laurels and just,
Correct.
hey, we're good. We're never good.
Right.
We're never good. We have to always be moving forward.
That's right.
If
We don't want to be stale.
If we're not, we're going to freaking sink.
Exactly.
You know, we got to be moving forward. And, you know, you said it till we're here for our members. And I've been using a line lately. It's one of my favorite lines of all time. Pete Rose said it. I don't know how you feel about Pete Rose. I love Pete Rose.
I love Pete Rose too.
I'll say it in a different way. And, you know, Danny and I had a meeting with a bunch of pros last night. But it's, say it for all our leaders here, is that we'll run through hell in a gasoline suit for our members.
That's correct.
Right? We're
That is
here for
definitely
you
true.
guys.
Yeah.
You know, prove us wrong.
Right.
Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong is right.
Right? So,
Exactly.
again,
I like that.
yeah, it's one of my favorites. He said I'll run through hell in a gasoline suit to play baseball.
Right.
You know, in the picture, usually when you see it, when it comes up, he's got that famous head first slide. He's 3 feet off the ground coming to third base.
The hair is flowing.
Hair is flying. He's probably thinking about, hey, am I going to be safe and who am I going to lay money down on, you know, San Diego, San Francisco tonight? But I was a big Pete Rose fan. So let me. Did you ask me before what I did last weekend? Did I hear it? Did I hear you say that?
Yeah. I was asking you what.
Oh, you did ask me. Oh, now that you ask, yeah, you know, I was inducted into my high school's athletic hall of fame.
Oh my.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Not many people can say that they're in the HOF.
That's right.
Wow.
So
And you
now
can.
one of the things that I now do, which I'm allowed to do since Friday night, is I now sign my name, Richie Loeb, HOF.
HOF.
And the first time my wife saw me, she looked at me with this look of disgust. I'm like, what is that?
Now go vacuum.
Oh, now go vacuum the house. Dope. But not the board of members. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
My 1980 baseball team was just the most phenomenal baseball team ever. We were Long Island champs. We just steamrolled everybody. And my high school, Deer Park High School, ironically enough, Danny and I going tonight for a career fair. I go there every year just to give back to them. I'm on some kind of advisory board to help, you know, these young kids.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And Danny and I going out there tonight for their career night. But yeah, we went there, you know, last week and had a big ceremony.
Well, that's fun.
It was absolutely awesome.
That's
Seeing
awesome,
the guys, you know, it was great.
How many people have Father Time not been too good to?
Plenty. You know, we're looking up at the video. My wife's like, "That's what you look like." I'm like, "No, it ain't."
Not even close.
No, it's not.
At least not in my head, right?
Yeah. So listen, before we wrap this up, out there on a job, man. How's it been out there? Has it been what you thought? Has it been?
Yeah, absolutely. It's everything that I hoped and wished that this job would be, and it's exactly that. Some things obviously I can't speak on, right? But we're putting the work in. You know, our agents. It's nice to see all our agents aligned, talking,
Yes,
being involved with each other, and not just only with the agents, right? Even with all our other paid officers and the rest of the executive board. There seems to be a nice build of camaraderie.
yeah. We need that.
Gives us, you know, again, that energy to keep pushing forward.
Right.
And again, this is not to talk about anybody of the past or anything like that. It's what we built, right? We've established this years ago, and now we made it to these positions, and here we are, right? And again, this is all about our membership. Nobody more, nothing less. I'm here for you. We're here for you. Come, let whatever you need. let us know. We got you.
Listen, when you guys are solidified and have that camaraderie,
Yeah.
it trickles down.
Absolutely.
It trickles down.
Absolutely.
It just sets the tone.
It does.
It really does. And I can tell you, the tone has been set. You can feel it. You can feel it in the building. You can feel that at a union meeting, the energy.
Yeah. Especially
watching
the
you
union
guys up there. Proud of all you guys. You're gonna
Thank you.
do a phenomenal job. I think the right people are there now. And I feel real.
This is the future.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
the future, A little we might be a little unorthodox in some of the things that
That's
we
all
do,
right.
but that's okay.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's all right.
Yeah.
We got to bring back a little bit of old school with the new, and let's go.
There you go.
Let's go.
Game on, brother.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Ooh, little macho man there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You want to become a local one, brother?
Maybe I'll talk like that tonight to the guys.
There you go.
Listen, here's what I hope tonight, because last time I went, wasn't last time, it was a bunch of times before, and then COVID knocked it down, and then they kind of did something different. But they had 5 trades. They packed the house.
Right.
They packed the house, and, tons of schools, universities, and colleges, and whatever. And there were 5 trades there. And they made the mistake of putting the 5 trades off to the side. And it kind of set a bit of a tone in that room, like, don't go over there. They're over there for a reason. And I'm sitting there, and it was for 2 hours, and after an hour, nobody coming over.
So you're saying colleges were on one side?
Colleges and universities were all together on one side, and then there was a big aisle where people could walk.
Yeah,
there were like 5 rows of tables, and then this big aisle, and then where we had 5 long tables, and it was us.
And not a soul came over.
We had 2 people the whole night.
Nice.
2 the whole night. And they should have. It's one of the reasons why I tried, getting involved, and I got put on this board, and I told them, I says, you set us up for failure. You should have put me right next to Hofstra and Adelphi.
Yeah.
So I could see everybody, right?
Sure.
Because it set a tone. It's like, who are those guys? Don't go over there.
Right. Like you're in an animal pen.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the 2 families I talked to, it was like, I got to talk to them for a long time and really get down in the weeds. I said to the guy, I says, this room should be flipped.
Yeah.
What are you
That's
talking-
horrible.
What are you talking about? I says, this room should be flipped. This is where, I says, I'm not downplaying colleges and universities. I said, I sent both my kids through college, and we need accountants, we need lawyers, we need all those people.
Absolutely.
But to be empty over here is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm a little not concerned, but a little whatever the word is on how we're going to be set up tonight.
So even if how it is set up, right, and maybe get out there and start
Well, that's
grabbing
what I-
some of these kids by the shirt.
That's what I was doing. I walked over to the Penn State table. My son went to Penn State, so I went over, and I actually recognized, a person that was over there. And I did start walking around, and that was the only way to get the other 2 people over there, because as people are walking around, I looked at one father, and he looks at me, and I'm like, gave him the thumb, I'm like, how about coming over here? And he's like, all right, he came over there. Not going to get into the long-winded story I gave him, but yeah, we probably have to mingle a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe grab somebody.
The perception of college, right? How it's been drilled into everybody's heads, right? Even since I was a kid, obviously, right? It's you got to go to college. You got to go to college. I think I even going back to the first episode, right? How I kind of wound up in this trade while I was going to college, and you see that theme is changing.
It is.
It's changing a lot.
It is.
College is not always the right answer. Yeah, like you said, you want to become a doctor, you want to become a lawyer, by all means, yeah, you better be in college,
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with a blue collar trade,
Right.
We live next door to lawyers, we live next door to doctors. You know what I mean? We really do. So what's to be, looked down upon?
Right.
We make really good money.
But where that mentality's got to change, it's got to change with like those guidance counselors, right? The schools that instead of pushing, and that's where you are seeing they are open now to, referring these kids out to trade schools, trying to get apprenticeships.
Yeah, that vocational school. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's definitely changing. It's 100%, and we've seen it steadily decline. I want to be there, or at least have these younger guys there for the climb,
Yeah.
for the rise, right, and have it come back. the way it was a bunch of years ago. And to do that, we need our trade. We need all trades in the city to have leadership like we have now here, and to be able to, just pound it into everybody's head. Last night, I got in one kid's face last night. I'm like, I need you to do. You know why I need you to do good? Because I need you to continue to pay my pension. Like, I have a vested. I'm not one of those guys. And any old timer turns around and says, I got mine. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't have yours, bro.
We're paying for it.
Yeah. You young guys that are still working. So even retired, I'm still, it's still, whatever we can do to help this industry keep going. Because the kid that came in last night, the one that's going to pay his pension ain't born yet.
Right.
That's how long this thing's got to go.
He's not even in existence yet.
Right.
Exactly. And why they have this mentality is beyond. And I don't know if it's just because, again, they're misguided or they think different of when they come into a trade. That I think I've spoken about this, or we've had conversation, maybe not on a microphone, but we've had the conversation of want or kind of want, and a lot of the mentality of today, and not just here in this trade, right? Just that generation, it seems like they don't want to put all the work in, right? To be better. And I think that with our mindsets and how we learned in this trade, I think we can change that. You know what I'm saying? Especially a young kid that comes into this and doesn't really know or wants to be better, but doesn't know how to be better outside of just working hard. What else does it take to get to be better? Yeah. And I think with our guidance, I think we can really implement that. And I think it's even like you just said, hitting the classrooms. I plan on doing that. Yeah. I plan on hitting these classrooms, explaining to them that I sat in that very seat that you're sitting in. Yeah. Did I ever think that I would be standing here in front of you today in this position? No, because I didn't know yet at that time.
Right.
But I knew that I had to work. I knew I had to put the hard work in. I knew I had to learn. And I knew I had to be the best at what I know how to do. And in this trade, everybody has their fit, right? Everybody fits a role somewhere in this trade.
Right.
You don't have to be the best garbage man out there.
You just got to do your best.
Do the best.
That's all.
That's it.
And I think we're in a great place. I went to, a couple of weeks ago, me and Danny went over to 270. And we met with somebody to sit down and talk about a couple of things. And we're going down the escalator down to, I forget what floor we're on. There's a restaurant where we're going to get some lunch. And I said to him, and this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but this guy was kind of like running the whole show with this building. And I said, for us, for Local One, if you could pick something that you would have liked us to do better, that we came up short, or, whether it's maybe a witness guy is working on safe, or maybe whatever it is, there's got to be something. What would it be? And we're going down this escalator, and he looks at me and he says, not a thing.
Big fan.
And I'm like, no. Listen, I appreciate the compliment, but it's constructive criticism that makes you better. And he's like, I wouldn't change a thing. He says, you guys work safe, did a great job. Job was brought in under time. He's like, I wouldn't change a thing. Yeah. And we got to the bottom of that escalator, and I sat there, and I'm like, man, I'm proud of this freaking local, man. Like, we're doing the right thing. Yeah. But let's not be comfortable.
Yeah.
Let's push it more.
You know what? I'm sure he would probably, even if that conversation would have continued, he would have said all trades, because it was a union job.
Oh, yeah.
Solid, 100%. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? I think, and now especially being in this position, right, and meeting other business agents from other trades, and everybody has the same mentality, right? Everybody has that, let's get better. Let's work. Let's put that work ethic that we grew up in, let's fly. Let's make this better. And I'm sure if that conversation would have continued, if that escalator was a little bit longer, you probably would have said, I don't want to change anything about this job.
But their goal is, and they got, I think, 2 more buildings, right?
Yeah, they do.
All union, bro.
Gotta love it.
All union.
I appreciate that.
And that ain't, and that's not because
Right.
That's because of the performance by
100%.
every single one of those trades that was on that job site that for a period of time was the largest construction job site in the friggin' country.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know, so it's great. It's just a testament to where we are, where the building trades are, and where we're going.
Yeah.
Future's bright, man.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So listen, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to everybody.
Hey, congratulations to you on being the HOF.
I'm the HOF 25. It's a little hop in my step.
That's great. That's great.
We're going to take a little break with Who's Going for Coffee. We got some work to do in the studio. Anybody, and listen, I'm talking to anybody that's listening that has some thoughts or ideas.
Yeah, please.
Bring it on, man. Come
Please.
down. We're here, emails, text, but come and let's sit
Yeah.
down and let's talk about it. Because, you know, what we want to do, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want it to be greater than great, right? And that's just going to be taking, you know, tons of input and tons of, you know, anything that anybody wants to bring to the table. So
Let's be better tomorrow.
let's just be better.
Just keep standing on that. Let's get better for tomorrow.
Absolutely, bro.
Please.
So on that, we're going to sign off on season 1.
That's it. It's a wrap.
And our message to everybody is to please just work safe.
Please work safe. God bless. Stay safe out there, brothers and sisters. And we'll see you real soon.
See you real soon.
Here we go.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
Who's going for coffee?